What authorities are calling a multi-day, life-threatening storm across multiple states.
Oh, look at it. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh, my gosh.
The tornado outbreak and floods of April 2025, America's natural disaster crisis. In early April 2025, the United States faced one of its most devastating natural disasters in recent history. A series of powerful tornadoes and unprecedented floods swept across the southern and midwestern regions, leaving behind a trail of destruction, heartbreak, and resilience. It was a moment that tested the nation's spirit and unity. The perfect storm. From April 2nd to April 7th, a slow-moving weather system collided with a stationary front, creating the perfect conditions for chaos. Meteorologists had been tracking the storm's development for days, issuing rare high-risk warnings. As the skies darkened and the winds intensified, 156 tornadoes touched down across multiple states. Some twisters reached terrifying EF3 levels, tearing apart everything in their path with winds surpassing 165 miles per hour. Meanwhile, relentless rains caused rivers to swell beyond their banks, drowning entire towns under murky floodwaters. It was a disaster that no one was fully prepared for. The path of destruction Missouri, Kentucky, Arkansas, and Tennessee faced the worst devastation. In Benton, Kentucky, over 15 inches of rain fell within hours, leading to catastrophic flooding. Streets became rivers, homes were submerged, and businesses were lost overnight. In Ebo, Missouri, tornadoes ripped through neighborhoods, flattening homes and leaving debris scattered across miles. Senatobia, Mississippi, was another community left battered and broken. At least 25 lives were tragically lost, countless others were injured, and more than 318,000 residents experienced days without power, water, or basic services. Human stories amidst the chaos. In the middle of destruction, stories of remarkable bravery and compassion emerged. Strangers became heroes as neighbors pulled each other from collapsed buildings and raging waters. Families opened their doors to those who had lost everything. Volunteer rescue teams, fire departments, and healthcare workers worked tirelessly day and night, often risking their own lives to save others. It wasn't just a story of tragedy, it was a story of human resilience, kindness, and hope shining through the darkest hours. Government and relief efforts. Recognizing the scale of the disaster, President Donald Trump declared a state of emergency across the hardest-hit states. Federal and state agencies moved swiftly to deploy resources, but it was the combined effort of nonprofits, like the American Red Cross, and everyday citizens that made a critical difference. Emergency shelters were set up, thousands of meals were distributed, and medical teams provided urgent care. Across the country, communities rallied to donate food, clothing, and funds, proving that in times of crisis, Americans come together stronger than ever. The role of climate change? Amidst the scramble to rebuild and recover, pressing questions began to surface. Scientists and environmentalists pointed to the undeniable link between a warming planet and the increasing intensity of such natural disasters. Warmer atmospheric conditions can fuel stronger storms, heavier rainfall, and more destructive tornadoes. The events of April 2025 reignited the debate on climate change policies, with many calling for urgent action to address the underlying environmental challenges threatening the nation's future. Rebuilding and looking ahead. As the floodwaters receded and the last tornado warnings faded, the real work began. Rebuilding homes, restoring businesses, and healing communities would take months, if not years. Towns that had been wiped from the map started drafting new blueprints focused on resilience, stronger infrastructure, better drainage systems, and more robust disaster response plans. The spirit of unity that had emerged during the crisis continued to fuel hope. Across the battered landscape, American flags waved defiantly, a symbol that no storm could wash away the determination of a people to rise again. The tornado outbreak and floods of April 2025 will be remembered not only for the destruction they caused, but for the powerful lessons they left behind. In moments of unimaginable loss, humanity's greatest strengths, compassion, courage, and resilience, rose to the surface. As America rebuilds, the memory of this disaster will serve as a solemn reminder. Even when nature tests our limits, hope remains stronger than the storm.